So y'all remember how I said the next video might be a big one? Yeah, this ain't it. I initially had a different video plan and it's still in progress, but then the Miraculous special renders came out and like I'm not a fan. So yeah, I'm just gonna redesign them in my own sort of universe. So I went into this with very little planning. I usually try to play with some concepts, but I was in a time crunch, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like any designs I could cough up would be more visually interesting than the official designs, which I would easily sum up as main character dip-dyed in some emo fashion. So yeah, evil Marinette. Villainette is just regular Marinette, but like dressed in a more emo fashion with the Asian hair streak. I'll get to the hair streak later, but fashion-wise, it's like alright. I mean, it's very obvious that the Miraculous Designs wanted to stay close to the styling of regular Marinette, but like make it a bit more gothic or emo. I'm not very good at discerning fashion styles, and like, sure, that works, but I think it really restricts how you're able to design a different version of a character. It would be interesting if design tropes carried over to different versions of a character. Like, no matter what, this character will always have affinity for this color or design thing. And that's sort of how I went to redesigning everyone, since I already made redesigns for them and I'm basically remixing my designs for this. Having no clue about the personalities of the alternates, so like, I don't know, the real designs might be better suited for their personality than mine, but I don't care. Villainette here is pushed more towards a like delinquent punk direction, since I'm just fully dumping the emo onto evil Adrian. So her jacket is cropped with long sleeves, kind of like the opposite of my Marinette. The pink skinny jeans stayed, since I think they work fine, or they work well for a punk look. There's some design motifs like the flower on the neck scarf and shoes that are repeated from my redesign, just to say like some things might be different, but like some stay the same. But the biggest design change was the hair. Villainette has like emo bangs and an Asian hair streak. Ugh. I harp on the hair streak because it's such an overdone design trope for Western created rebellious East Asian female characters, and I don't think I would be as annoyed by the trope if it was just used once in a show, especially since other characters like Zoe exist and they also just have a hair streak. It might just be like a popular thing. But the thing is, Faye exists. Like, you know, the other rebellious Chinese teen girl. Do I think it's malicious? No. Highlights are a common thing in emo fashion. It's just due to the color and the fact that it's a singular pink-purple streak, it bumps up against a like really tired trope. Honestly, I think it's more funny that the team seemingly didn't know how to make a more antagonistic or rebellious Asian girl other than giving them one strand of colorful hair, a leather jacket, shredded jeans, and thick boots. But back to my redesign, the hair changed a lot. I kept the bangs slightly longer than regular Marinette, just to sort of look emo, maybe. But the two biggest thing is that, one, the hair is now bleached. In East Asian media, shittily bleached hair is a common trope for middle and high school delinquents. So that's the archetype I kind of want to pull from. Villainette's roots are growing back in just to help you key in that the hair is bleached. She also just has pudding hair now. Second, I envision Villainette to have a much more aggressive personality, lacking all the shyness and kindness that main Marinette has, which didn't go hand in hand with low ponytails, so it's styled higher up and very spiky, kind of like a cartoon fuse. I don't have much to say about Shadybug's design, other than the fact that I'm not feeling the name. The render has her posed weirdly, so I'm just kind of guessing on the pattern of the outfit. Again, it's mostly the hair. Shadybug's hairstyle is really close to what I have for my Ladybug redesign, so it's changed to resemble Villainette's hair more. The red hair was mostly because I didn't know what else to make her hair color, I guess. I guess I could have like copied the streaks she originally had, but like, eh. By the way, looking at the renders, Shadybug definitely has black hair, right? Like, it's not just blue tinted like other theoretical black-haired character like Sabine or Kagami has blue tinted hair, but I'm assuming we're supposed to read it as black. Shadybug just has black hair. Why? Whatever, here's my full redesign. Hope y'all like them. Oh, poor Adrian. I'm just gonna call this one Adriarnt. You can't have anything, can ya? Like Villainette was fine, but like you could say it might be boring, but it works. You can see the appeal of Villainette's like design. But Adriarnt is just bad to look at. Like the clothes are boring, but like C-, passable. Clearly they used good Adrian's design and shifted a few things around, like the stripes on the shirt are the same, just placed differently. Same outer white layer and jeans, but shredded. I think the shoes are the only thing that's wholly original to Adriarnt. I definitely changed a lot more of Adriarnt's design than Villainette's because I wanted to have a different kind of contrast to my Adrian design. Fun fact, all the colors are the same as my redesigned Adrian's colors. I talked about how I wanted black to be like Adrian's color and white to represent Gabriel, and how the white vest covered up the black shirt as a representation of like Gabriel's control over Adrian. But in the parallel universe, I'm assuming that Gabriel is nicer and perhaps, less controlling. I'm just going by this goofy ass render of this man. So here, the black shirt is covering up the white one. You can take it as meaning he's embarrassed about his dad and like, he just doesn't understand me. But it's also just like emo fashion. Slap the chain belt on him for added fashionness. Plus redesigned Adrian is wearing one. And the pants and shoes are just ported over from the actual design. Since I don't draw the hands here, you can't really see it, but he's also wearing one of those like fishnet glove things that Villainette is wearing in her original look. But the real mess is with the head. That weird, nasty mop of hair they slapped on Adrian isn't good. Maybe it looked better in 2D or it would be better in action, but it doesn't look good in the renders at all. I think they were trying to do one of those like emo bang things, but it doesn't work here. He also has this really heavy eyeshadow, again, emo trope, and like Villainette, I'm not keeping it. I think the eyeshadow works better on Villainette since she has defined lashes to break up the silhouette. And because there isn't a gradation of color, this part of the face on Adrian just becomes this weird visual sinkhole. Suffice to say, the colors, the hair, the face, they got complete makeovers. It's closer to Adrian's style, but like less poofy and longer. The bangs are longer to cover up the eyes without completely obscuring them. And I removed Villainette's hair streak and decided that Adriarnt could have it instead. Plus a dyed undercut with gradation. It's not like I'd like that design trope or anything. Plus I added a soda beret since they seem common enough in Pinterest's version of emo fashion. I think it really helps prevent his bright blonde hair from completely overtaking the design. Plus, I think it really helps push that like soft emo boy he has going on. Moving on to Cat Noir, design, again, it's fine. I don't think it works as well as Shadybug since Shadybugs can play with patterns, while Claw Noir is just Cat Noir plus a jacket and a ton of spikes. It works. Honestly, I'm more confused by the hair and eye color change. It doesn't feel as cohesive to me. I kept very little from the design except the jacket and the ear shape. They were elongated, kind of like Sphinx cats or like serval cats. The serval isn't cat. You can kind of say that the hair resembles a mix of Adriarnt and Claude Noir's original design, but in black and white to match my Cat Noir. In my rewrite, I decided that the color available to Miraculous Wielder's costumes was just going to be the same as the Kwame's, not including the eyes. This is between like 2 or 3 colors, and for Plag, it's black and white. At first, I was really stumped on how to make this work for an evil costume, but I've been playing a lot of Persona 5 recently, and in the game, there's a Persona, Loki, decked out in Dazzle Camouflage. For those who don't know, Dazzle Camouflage is this optical trick done with crisscrossing high contrast colors to direct your attention to it, but also profoundly confuse you by the high contrast crisscrossing patterns. For the parallel universe, I wanted the dichotomy between Adriarnt and Claw Noir to be much bigger than OG Adrian and Claw Noir. Cat Noir. Oh god, these names. So we have this massive difference between this like shy, lonely, and reserved emo Adrian versus this braggadocious, chaotic, sort of loud, sort of glam Claw Noir, which I think is really fun. It was honestly really chaotic trying to paint on all the stripes and shading everything. I think the disgusting Dazzle Camouflage is working a bit too well in my eye. Also, the 2 belts are just meant to reference like the mischievous Nekomata, and for like the weird factor, like why would you need 2 belts? Anyway, here's the full sheet. Hope y'all like them. So this was an unplanned video. Could you tell how chaotic it was? I just really needed to get my hands on the designs and like mess with them. Like, I don't think this would be approved for a show. It would probably have to go through a lot of revisions, but I'm happy with what I turned out in like 2 days directly from my head to like tablet. I think it's more visually interesting than the show at least, but I also redesigned them to be more of my taste. Anyway, next video still needs a lot of time to bake, so it might take a while. Till then, bye y'all.